Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Lexi Yachts here. It's Wednesday. We're doing Wow Wednesday, and we're wowing about the fact that former Raptor Serge Ibaka is back in Toronto. And we're finding out more about why he's been back in Toronto. There's a lot. There's more to it. There's a video or something that he was filming in Roncesvalles this week, but there's also some other stuff he's been doing. We know that he's done interviews with Hello and Welcome podcast, and also with Lindsay Dunn, but also he's here to do a campaign to promote businesses in Toronto. That's right. Apparently, there's a list that Serge Ibaka has compiled of his favorites in Toronto, and a lot of them have to do with Spanish food, Spain. Like he's putting on blast restaurants and different things around Toronto. In fact, I got the list right here. This is from CP24's website, talking about why is beloved former Toronto Raptor Serge Ibaka back in the city? Because Toronto's awesome, and he loves Toronto. And you know what? It's better to come here than the States. So yeah. Some people were wondering, maybe he's here to become a coach on the Raptors. No, it's probably not that. I would say it's probably not that. Somebody's saying they want him back because of culture, to be more back in the team. I mean, that's not a bad idea, but I don't think that's what it is. Serge can be around the team and be an advisor and a mentor as a retired player from the NBA, but he doesn't have to be on the coaching staff. He could come by and say, "Hey, Scotty, how you doing?" Just talk to him for a sec and say, "Hey, this is something, that blah, blah, blah. Here's advice." That kind of stuff. So in some ways, he doesn't necessarily have to be on the team, but he could be around every once in a while. And that way he has the freedom to not have to travel with the team and go all over the place with the team. He can do what he wants. That's what I'm saying. But he can still be connected to the team. So, yeah. But, yeah, he was in town focused on food is what they're saying. Focused on food. He's in a partnership with Madri Excepcional. It's a Serge stamp list, which he's traveled around the city on Sunday to handpick his favorite top Spanish spots in Toronto. And actually, there's a sticker that he's putting on the windows outside these restaurants, kind of like a little calling back to the Quine and Dine era, where restaurants were showing that they would let Kawhi eat at the restaurant for free if he decided to stay in Toronto instead of going to LA. And there were Quine and Dine stickers that were put up in restaurant windows to show that. Well, there's a Serge stamp apparently. And if you walk around downtown Toronto and you see this stamp on a restaurant, that's been Serge Ibaka approved. That's what that is, man. I'll tell you the list of places if you're interested in coming down there. In some ways, this is the straight goods on Canadian goods, kind of. We'll do a little bit of a Spanish theme here. The Spanish Pig is on his list. It's a Canadian retailer that sells authentic Spanish food on Roncesvalles and Avenue, and that's where he was. So maybe that filming thing was part of the Spanish Serge list. I don't know. La Paella. This restaurant, I want to go to it because it sounds so good, because I love paella. Man, once a catering company, this restaurant serves Spanish dishes in Toronto's Leslieville neighborhood. La Paella. Man, I might have to go check that place out. Tapas at Embrugio. Described as a hotbed for flamenco, Spanish arts, and cuisine in Riverdale. So tapas at Embrugio is a good one. Campo Restaurant, located on Jane Street, north of Bloor. Campo's fare is inspired by rustic Spanish cuisine, according to chef and owner Carlos Ventura. Yeah, Casa Barcelona. It opened 12 years ago. Casa Barcelona bills itself as an authentic Spanish tapas bar near Bloor and Royal York Boulevard. And then finally, Cafe de Madrid, located in Oakville. This establishment is bringing the heart of Spanish cooking and tradition to Toronto, one paella at a time. So Serge, in some ways, is here as part of a tourist board to encourage people to go eat at more Spanish restaurants around Toronto. And that's cool. So if you got the Serge stamp on your sticker, on your window, you guys can see that in those places that I just named, those restaurants right there. That's right. It's pretty cool. Of course, Serge has Spanish roots, even though he's from Congo. He's got roots in Spain from playing with the national team in Spain, and he speaks Spanish. And Yeah, there's a lot of connection to him and that country of Spain. That's right. Yeah. So yeah, I'm wondering also, is Serge here gonna film some How Hungry Are You episodes just all of a sudden? That'd be cool. Serge, you should maybe get some of the current Raptors on How Hungry Are You? If you could. I'd love to see a Scotty Barnes How Hungry Are You episode. That would be very, very cool. Maybe even I don't know, a RJ Barrett one. That would be cool. You get your old friend Jakob Pertl, Serge Ibaka. You played with Yak on the team, and I know that you probably know him. It's like that would be kind of cool, maybe awkward, but How Hungry Are You episode with Jakob Pertl would be fun. Serge Ibaka. Of course, he's not in town right now. Jakob is in Austria, and yes, they are playing today. This is a little news notes. 1:20 this afternoon, Austria will host the Netherlands in Austria in Vienna, and Jakob will take the court, and we will have a watch along on the Discord server this afternoon. You can watch the game with me live. I'll comment on the game as we watch Jakob play the Netherlands. This is an important game because Netherlands won the first game of this qualifier against Austria by 1 point, and they're leading this group right now. But if Austria can pull off the victory today, well, things will even out a little bit better. And especially if they can beat them by more than 1 point, well, to me, that seems like Austria is now the leader in their group. So very crucial game today for Jakob Pertl and the Austrian team against Netherlands. This time they have the home court. Last time, Netherlands had the home court and won by 1. This time they're in Vienna, and the Austrian people will be cheering on Jak and his team. So I hope you'll join me on the Discord server, members of this channel, and come in and talk to me during the game. I don't know if Wayne will be there today, but if anybody can come in there and want to watch the game with me, you're totally welcome to. This is part of the perks of being a member of this channel, getting the opportunity to watch a game with me and actually hear my commentary and my insight while we're watching it. And that's today, 1 o'clock. I'll be getting on there on Discord. And so if you're interested and you're free and you want to watch Jak play Netherlands with me, because they don't have a commentary, I'll actually do the play-by-play over the Discord server, and you can actually hear me do the commentary. You can be my color commentator if you want. That's part of the perks too. If you're a member and you can join the Discord, you can come in and be the color, and I'll be the play-by-play. I'll be Matt Devlin. You be Jack Armstrong. So yeah, it's today, 1:20. Very important game. Very, very important game. Yeah, I've got the refs for this game already too, guys. That's right. This game will be played at Schwat Multiversam in Austria. And the referees are Adam Zarapovic. And I'm not sure what country he's from. Paulo Marquez from Portugal is one of the referees. And Igor Mitrovic. And I'm not sure what country he's from either. The acronyms are not ones I'm familiar with. They kind of look like that might be Macedonia. No, that's not Macedonia. What is that? And the commissioner, the technical delegate for the game will be Zeljko Miletic. Yeah, so yeah, they even have a commissioner for the game. They got 3 referees and the commissioner that'll be sitting there watching this Austria-Netherlands game later today. Yeah, the format for this pre-qualifier for the World Cup European pre-qualifier is different than the tournament that we were watching with Norman in Mexico recently. It's a different format. It's really interesting. Instead of having 4 teams in a group, there's only 3 teams in a group, and Austria is only in a group with Netherlands and Bulgaria, and they have to play both those teams twice, and they do a home and home. So they played the game in Netherlands. Now they're going to play them in Austria. And, well, they're going to do the same thing with Bulgaria. Of course, Austria already beat Bulgaria in Austria, but they'll have to go to Bulgaria after this game today and play the evened out game with Bulgaria in Bulgaria. And that'll come in 3 or 4 days from now. And they're all spread out, too, because there's travel. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Jak can be successful in leading his team today against Netherlands and evening out that series. And, that in some ways puts them at the top of their group and gets them in a really good position. So today is a must win for the Austrian team. If they really want, if they lose, they're done. They're done. This is a do or die game today for Team Austria, and Jakob is a do or die game. That's right. All right, let's check in with y'all's chat in the comments. And we'll do all the regular things we do on the Raptor Freak stream. Is the Wow Wednesday. Wow. Austria, baby. Wow. Serge Ibaka, baby. Wow. Let's go. Let's go. All right, Trevor J's first in. Commissioner of Fun, Trevor J, good morning to you, sir. Money will be gone. Houses will be old. Cars will rust. Beautiful faces will fade away. But the word of God will last forever. Woo, 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 woo. Eternal, essential, existential. That's right. Always there, existing. That's right. That's right. Echoes throughout time. Thank you for your words of wisdom, Trevor J. I appreciate that. Yeah. Nothing in this world is permanent. Nothing in this world is permanent except for the truth. The truth is permanent in some ways. And some people aren't following the truth. The truth will right itself. And the truth will come through in the end. And the truth has a lot to do with what Trevor J is talking about right here. The truth has a lot to do with it right here. Trevor J saying this. And you know what? In some ways, I feel like you need to do an editorial retraction, Trevor J. Seriously, man, you misled the Raptor freaks by telling us the schedule is coming out on Tuesday. You said that. You said that. In some ways, it's like they announced on Monday. It's so stupid. It's like on Monday, they said the schedule, we're going to announce something about the schedule on Tuesday. And okay, all right. We all thought that they were announcing the schedule on Tuesday because they said we're going to announce something about the schedule on Tuesday. So we just assumed the schedule would be out on Tuesday. But no, they said we're announcing when the schedule's coming out on Tuesday. That's what they said. And the schedule's coming out tomorrow. It's coming out tomorrow. So we don't know the schedule. I thought it was going to come out yesterday, but it didn't come out yesterday. They came out and said, oh, we're going to come out with it on Thursday. Okay, whatever, man. You want an announcement for the announcement of the announcement, NBA? We're going to announce the announcement. Why don't you just announce right now? We're going to come out with a schedule for next year in August next year. Okay. All right. Why don't just do it every day? Says, all right, this is the announcement for the next announcement for the announcement for the schedule. We're going to announce the schedule that we're going to announce that the schedule could come out next year in 6 months from now. Okay. Why just tell us, okay, this is the date it's coming out instead of fucking around with us like this? Trevor, we got to get our facts straight when we're reporting. I'm sorry. In some ways, you're coming half with it. You're half-assing the facts right now. In some cases, I'm not trying to come down on you, but I want you to be thorough with your reporting and get the facts right, man, because you're kind of fudging things. You're muddling things, and it's causing us to be misinformed. Let's just put it that way. I love you, Trevor. I love you, man, and I love what you do. Trevor's saying Giannis, who is sidelined, will not play for Greece due to unsolved insurance issue between Greek Federation and the Milwaukee Bucks. This sounds inconvenient for Greece. Where are the crazy Greek fans? I mean, this is like if they get crazy about Panthekios and Jonas Valanciunas and whatchamacallit, Sasha Vechenkov. If they get crazy about those kind of players, why the hell? Oh, where are the Greek fans right now coming at Milwaukee? Seriously. I mean, that's got to be tough for Milwaukee Bucks franchise. Maybe half the time they're thinking about trading Giannis is because the Greek fans are crazy. Seriously. Those Greek fans probably harass the Milwaukee Bucks constantly. They're probably like, why aren't you doing this with Giannis? Why do you do this to our great Greek freak all the time? This is our Greek guy. He's Greek. He's Greece. He's the most important Greece player in the world, and y'all are jerking him around in Milwaukee. I'll bet you there's so much crazy activity from Greek basketball fans because there just is. They're getting a notoriety. They're getting a reputation. They're getting a reputation in comment sections. The Greek fans, they're crazy. They'll come in and they'll just bombard you. You let our player go, Denver Nuggets. You let him come to Greek. He wants to be in Greece. He doesn't want to be in Denver, the mile-high city. He wants to be in the ancient ruins of Greece. That's right. That's right. Yeah, they're fanatical. I wonder if they're coming at Milwaukee this morning then. They're kind of like, well, you won't let Antetokounmpo play for our team. I'll bet they're coming at them with torches and pitchforks, looking for that horrible front office the Milwaukee Bucks have right now. They want to get them. They want to get them. I'll bet. I'm like, and Greek and the Bucks are kind of like, wait, whoa, don't worry, we got Antetokounmpo. Giannis, come in here. Giannis, come in here. See, we got Antetokounmpo right here. Antetokounmpo's right here. Yeah. Oh, you want Alex too? Yeah, Alex is here too. You got Alex of Raptors 905. Here you go. You got 2 Antetokounmpos. What are you worried about? You don't need Giannis. No. Greek fans are like, no. No. Those 2 Antetokounmpos don't add up to that Antetokounmpo over there. No. Milwaukee, what are you doing? The wrath of Greek fans can be comical. Y'all need to go to official Milwaukee Bucks fan sites and places and see if those Greek fans are out of pocket right now. Because it probably is like that. Insurance problem? James is here. Good to see James. Lex, do you rewatch any Raptors games in the offseason? Thank you, James, for the question. No, you know what I have been doing, though? I mean, I watch all the Raptors official content that comes out, and I love the half-hour clips of classic games, and I've been watching those. I love those, man, because they really are a time capsule, and I like the unfiltered, uneditedness of it. Like, they'll play just a little 2-minute chunk of a game, a classic game, like Terrence Ross's 51-point game against the Clippers. Like, they've done a bunch of them. They did Pascal's 50-point game at Madison Square Garden. They've done really good classic games, like the Damon Stoudemire and the Raptors beating the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan game. And it's just raw half-hour footage. And if you guys haven't seen these, the Raptors official admin's been putting them out every once in a while this whole summer. There's about 4 of them right now. They're amazing. Like, it takes me back in time. Like, it's like I go back and I watch these half-hour clips, and I'm like, I remember this game. I'm like, I remember this game. And I remember this era. I remember the little 3D Raptors graphic at the end of the court in that era. I remember this at Skydome. I remember that with Ross. It's fun. It's a trip down memory lane. So I enjoy that. There's some YouTube channels on YouTube that have a lot of NBA games for free that are recorded that you can find on there. It's amazing how much you can actually find on YouTube. And even stuff that's not supposed to be on there for copyright, you can still find stuff like that. But no, I watched so much basketball during the season. I'm not watching games from this past season, no, because I saw them all. And, next year it's going to be even crazier, James, when the tempos start, because I am going to be doing the same treatment to that team that I do to the Raptors during the regular season. This channel is going to change a lot next summer. It's going to be very tempo-centric. And I'm all here for it. Of course, we're going to still do our daily Raptors news every day, but I'm going to be doing a lot of talking about the WNBA team and covering them, going over their players, every game they play, stars of the game. Everything I do for the Raptors during the regular season is going to be done for the tempo next year, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be challenging because I don't have a huge knowledge base of the WNBA and its history, but I do have some. And I do have a very good knowledge of the sport. So it'll be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a learning curve, just like everything is going to be with the Toronto Tempo coming next year. So it's going to be fun. Yeah. So we've been watching games all year long. It's just next year they're going to be turning into WNBA games in the summer. And yeah, they run right into each other. So it's like there's going to be no off season for Lex and the Raptor Freak channel. There's going to be no off season coming up. That's right. Trevor's saying Jamal Shed has the second high speed with ball rating in NBA 2K. He is 95. Yeah, this is an interesting rating. That list, I saw it, and it's suspicious to me. First of all, on that list, the 10 players on there, they're all super young. First of all, I have questions like, where's Kyrie Irving? Where's other people like that? I mean, seriously, I like it. I mean, I can see why they put Shed at that position because he is really quick up the court with the ball when he wants to be. He can put on those jets. But like a lot of other people were saying, where's Quickly on that list? Isn't Quickly very quick with the ball, dribbling up the court too? Yeah, he is. So where's Quickly? He obviously has got to be 90 or 89. Also, I question them putting the rookie Jeremiah Fears so high on that list already. Like, what the hell has he done in the league to prove to you that he's got any quickness? Usually when y'all do the rookie rankings, you always put them low on all kinds of stuff and then say you got to prove it, and then you bump them up later. So what are you doing, whatever your name is, you idiot, over at 2K? Yeah, the guy who announces stuff that everybody hates, Ronnie. Ronnie, what are you doing, Ronnie 2K? Why are you giving certain rookies high rankings already? Like, there's another beef we have is that you ranked Colin Murray Boyles lower than Common Malawach. I don't know if you watch Summer League. But Malawach looks like he has a high bustability factor. And that's something we called out before the draft, possibly, that Common might have a high bust factor and he might be busting. And I don't know. It may look bad right now that you guys have Common with 2 more points on his 2K score than old Colin Murray Barkley. I'm just saying. It may look bad. It may look bad. Bad. But yeah, Shed getting that rating. I like that. Yeah, put Shed up there. Second fastest with ball rating on 2K. But some of those other names on that list were sus. That list was sus. Let's just put it that way. And 2K sus. And in some ways, nobody should be gaining any knowledge about the NBA and who the players are from the 2K ratings, because that is totally fabricated bullshit that is made up. And in some ways, it's certain people's perception, but it's not the reality of the players and who they are and what they can do. The 2K ratings have been such a stupid way to gauge who's good in this league. And a lot of young people are using it to kind of shape their opinions about players. And it's so dumb. It's so dumb. You should not be thinking about your players and who's better than who by 2K ratings. I'm sorry. You really shouldn't. Don't do that, please. Ronnie 2K shouldn't have that much power. I'm telling you right now. James is saying, do you see Scotty scoring average going down for the upcoming season? He averaged 19 last year. With the addition of Ingram, less shots to go around. This could actually be true. I'm not worried about this. Once again, fans may get upset about points per game stuff and people's personal stats. In some ways, that's not ever been something that we should value or care about. And I don't as a fan, but some fans are like that. They really get all bent out of shape. And in some of the criticism of Scotty's been so stupid because they want him to average over 20 points a game, but he hasn't. And they say, oh, he hasn't grown because he doesn't average over 20 points a game. He's not trying to. If he was trying to average over 20 points a game, he would. But he's an all-around player, and he's putting a lot of energy into other facets of the game that don't necessarily show up in the stat sheet. And, there's all kinds of dumb stuff. There's somebody on Raptors Reddit saying that the Raptors need an all-purpose defender. We have one, dumbass. His name's Scotty Barnes. And, it's so dumb. Scotty, it is likely that his scoring average may dip just slightly because of the added slice of the pie going to Brandon Ingram. And that's okay, because the only stat that matters in the Raptors is this one, and that's a team stat, and it's a W. Team stat is W, and that's the only one that matters in any kind of way. No, I'm not going to get nitpicky about 2 or 3 points per game that Scotty isn't getting. No, I'm not going to be looking at those stats like that. I'm caring about the team stats and the wins, and how many wins is Darko's team going to get against other teams, winning the game as a team. That's the stat that matters right there. That's it. Scotty could average 10 points a game, 10 rebounds a game, 10 assists a game, 5 blocks and 5 steals, and we win. I'll be happy. That's all I care about. He doesn't have to score all that. He could do what I just said. He could average a triple-double along with 5 and 5, and we win, and I would be so happy. He only scores 10 points a game. But he does that. It's just what we want to look at, James. And what is the assignment? Scotty's assignment is do the next winning play. And it's not necessarily making a basket. It's blocking a shot. It's getting a steal. It's helping on defense with a double. It's talking to his teammates to get organized on the defensive end. There's so many different winning plays that Scotty can do to help his team in the next winning play. And that's what we're talking about right here. Yeah, Trevor's saying Colin Murray Boyle's rating is 72 overall. 72. This is normal. All rookies should come in with that around that range. All rookies should come in that range. None of them have proved nothing. Cooper Flagg should be the same. He should be down there in the 70s until you fucking do something. Then Ronnie 2K will bump you up until you do something. That's what I say. They've done this to everybody. So I'm saying, yeah, 72. I guess that's fair. But Malawach, he's a 74. But he got drafted afterwards. Maybe that's just a dumb way that they slight us in some dumbass way. There always are those kind of thoughts. He's on the Raptors. We were going to put Murray Boyles at 74, but he's on the Raptors. Knock him down to 72. He'll get those points back. Watch. He will. Trevor's saying, IQ, you can see his muscles. He's chiseled. He's coming back with a vengeance coming up season. All right, let's go to the Instagram stories since Trevor said this. And I'll start with Sandro Mamu. It looks like Sandro Mamu is suited up for Georgia, and he's in Poland, guys. I need to go check on this real quick. Let me just see. Let's find out when Georgia's playing. I don't think they're playing until September. So actually, yeah, they're not playing in this group yet. They're already qualified. But Sandro has shown up to practice with the Georgian national team. So it's very likely, Wayne Strainer, that Sandro will be playing for the Georgian national team on September the 4th, since he's practicing with them in Poland as we speak right now, this morning. That's right. That's right. Let's see what else we got with Sandro. This is weird. I don't know. These are people walking with the Georgian flag. Maybe it's like symbolism that they're coming. They're going to be playing basketball next month. That's right. Bruno Fernando got on the court yesterday and helped Angola beat Libya 85-53. A big 32-point win for the Angolan team in the Afrobasket. Bruno had 12 points, 2 steals, and 4 rebounds. He was a 16 efficiency. So good job helping to lead Angola to their victory in their first game against Libya. Yeah, there's some of the action on his stories. I like following Bruno Fernando. Somebody's just like, Lex, why are you watching Bruno Fernando? Well, he was on our team last year, guys. And, well, he's playing basketball for Angola. And it's some good highlights, some alley-oop dunk there. Oh, that's so beautiful. Yeah, and there's a lot of fans there. If we're talking about fan attendance, the African crowd there for this game is packed. And it's a lot different than the games we were watching in Mexico recently with Norman and Jamaica. That is packed. There's a lot of people at this game. It's amazing how many people are at this game. Very, very cool. Let's see who else we got. Evan Gilliard, Calgary Surge, putting on blast. Slim Duck. Chris Boucher has got 50 Cent looking up saying, so many cases where I never understood what God was doing for me. Then later on, I'd be like that. Yeah, so he's happy. He's happy that he's got his new contract with the Celtics and he's moving on to Boston, even though I know in some ways it would have been perfect if you stayed Raptor for life. But this is just how things go. It's a business. It's a business. That's right. Let's see. My body after I get 8 hours of sleep for once. He got a good sleep finally. That's really good. I like that. Savannah Hamilton is saying good morning from the west coast of Canada. She's in the middle of her Indigenous women's basketball camp right now. She's taking a water taxi somewhere. I'm not sure where they're going. But yeah, there you go. That's what she's up to right now. She's over in BC. Nat Bhatia last night went down to the Team Canada event. Team Canada commencing and getting organized. They've released their roster for their team. I should go look at it, and we'll talk about it in a little bit. They've released the roster for AmeriCup. And Josh Lindbergh's kind of like, I'm disappointed there's only 2 NBA players on the roster. And I'm like, this stage is not like that, right? And honestly, I'm really happy we got at least Leonard Miller and Keyshawn George on the team, because honestly, that'll be really good for those young players. And that's actually more power than even USA has, because I've seen USA's AmeriCup team. I'm going to say this right now, and it's not that good. There's some players on there. Langston Galloway's been on that team so many times. And then you got Jamias Ramsey's on it too. So it's kind of like the American team doesn't look as good as the Canadian team. I'm just going to say this right now. The Canadian team looks fantastic, and the American teams look kind of suspect. Let's go over the Canadian AmeriCup team. First of all, the head coach will be former Raptors assistant coach Nathaniel Mitchell. Will be running the team. He's done this before. There's a lot of experience in running this level of the team. He did it under Nick Nurse too. His assistants will be Matt Gray, Ashton Smith, Sean Swords, and Patrick Tatham. And the team is the returning veteran Trey Bell-Haynes will be leading the team kind of as the team captain, I'll bet, because he's the older, most experienced guy. And, of course, he was on a lot of the iterations of Team Canada in the last few years. World Cup, he did not end up making the Olympic team last year, but he was in the final cuts. So he's involved in that. We've also got Nate Darling out of Halifax, who's gotten some NBA experience in the last couple of years in the G League, kind of bouncing in between the G League and some NBA games. So Nate Darling is a very, very good team player to have on this AmeriCup team for Canada. Keyshawn George, of course, of the Washington Wizards, rookie last year, showing a lot of promise. He's got an interesting NBA body and some things that he can do. He may be very much a showcase player for the Canadian team at AmeriCup. Let's see, Leonard Miller. Now, he may be the best player on this team. Leonard Miller, honestly, is a badass. And he's only getting better. Minnesota is doing a pretty good job of coming along with him. He seems like it's going a little slow. But, man, the guy has so much talent. and a lot of ability. I expect huge things from Leonard Miller in this tournament. And honestly, I could see this Canada team beating USA. I'm serious, because I don't think the USA is sending a very good team there. We'll have to see. Kyle Whitner from Portland is playing for Canada, which is interesting. Mfando Kabengele is coming back. Of course, he was involved in some of the last cuts for the Olympic team last summer. And having Kabengele back in the fold is great. We like that. Raptors 905 and Montreal Alliance, Quincy Guerrier is on this Team Canada team. That's a great veteran, a guy who's been in a lot of stuff, a very useful player. Isaiah Mike out of Scarborough, who's played in CBL. He's also been on some of the G League teams, and a little bit of NBA experience is also playing. He's a very gifted scorer. Isaiah Mike, he's around too. Rounding out the rest of the team, Marcus Carr, Jaden Campbell, Javon Henry Blair, David Mooncat, Charles Badiako, and Thomas Kennedy. So, yeah, that's Team Canada for the America Cup announced yesterday. And I'm telling you, man, in some ways I look at them and they are better than the American team. There's more talent on the Canadian team for this tournament than the American team. Watch. It's going to be very interesting to see how they do, right? It's going to be very, very interesting to see. Yeah, let's keep going with the Instagram stories. Nav's there. And not only were these guys getting together, the coaches, Gordon Hebert, the players that are playing in the America Cup that I just named, also the guys on the main squad, like the Nebhards, RJ Barrett, Dylan Brooks, Benedict Mathurin. These guys were all in town too to meet up and convene and talk about Team Canada basketball and where the program is going. And it's nice to see so many of the vets, so many of the NBA guys, so many of the important guys showing up. Nick Nickel was here too. So the list was really good. Most of the important guys for Team Canada, Lugetz Dort, he was in town too. They all showed up because they showed that they care about Team Canada basketball, and they were all showing their commitment. Even though they don't have to practice or do any playing, they're just coming in to get organized and talk to each other. There you go. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, Lugetz talking to Nab Bhatia right there. Always love catching up with Lou. Lloyd is on the course, the golf course. And I'm not sure where Lloyd is exactly, but Lloyd's hitting the little ball around with the sticks. Then there's Andrew Jones has got a lot of highlights of Ava B. Hooping. And Ava B. Hooping, good. Man, I'm telling you right now, she's working on her ball handling skills, and she has amazing ball handling skills. Amazing ball handling skills. And there's his other kids ice skating. They're learning the hockey, his other kids. And then there's Ava doing her moves. She's got a nasty crossover already. And she's really good at sprinting and finishing. I feel like Ava Jones's game is going to be transition, and she's going to be a crazy finisher in transition because that's what she practices the most. And she has a real knack for just throwing the ball up in the air in full speed and making it go in the hoop. So there's some really good skills here. There's a catch and shoot. That's really nice. These skills that she's doing right now are amazing. Yeah, and she really is got good ball handling skills. So this is what Andrew's saying about her. My baby girl been putting in that work. Keep pushing forward, upward. Proud of you, Ava B. Hoopin. Shout out to everyone helping her. And I mean, I'm looking at this drill she's doing as a young girl, and this drill is like an NBA ball handling drill. It's like a clap, like dribble the ball, go backwards, clap. It's like shit that IQ would be doing to practice his ball handling skills, and she's already doing it, man. I'm excited about the young generations, and in some ways, we see them coming way ahead because of social media. Ava Jones is going to be in the WNBA. Mark my words right now. I know it. I know it. Trust me. I may not should be scouting elementary school kids for the NBA and the WNBA, but I did do this before, and his name was Steph Curry. I scouted Steph Curry in 2000 when he was out there shooting with his dad and his little brother Seth and the other Raptors. Because I was in the arena working as an employee. I saw them when the arena wasn't open to the public out there shooting Steph. And I said, that little kid's going to be in the NBA one day. And I was right. So if I was right about Steph Curry in 2000, guys, I can be right about Ava Jones in 2025 because I can see it. I can see it. Andrew Jones, your daughter's going to be a WNBA star. I can see it already. I can see it. I don't want to get ahead of things, though. Norman Powell is Jamaica's Jordan is what they're calling him right now. Jamaican Jordan, man. That's what they're calling Norman after that 34 point. And part of it is because he was sick, man. That was very much like Jordan against Utah, the flu game where Jordan went off and went crazy and he was so sick. Well, Norm was sick too on Saturday when he dropped those 34 points on Costa Rica. Remember, y'all, Norman Powell and friends will be happening down at Chubby's Jamaican Kitchen down in Toronto, y'all. And if you want to go, you got to get your tickets. Norman will be there in person, y'all. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m., the event starts. An intimate celebration of culture, community, and the grind, baby. That's right. Understand the grind. A limited edition merchandise drop. I'm sure they're going to have the Jamaican Understand the Grind drop there. So that may be worth it going just to see Norm and get that drop. And also Jamaican food, vibes, and music, of course. So, yeah, don't miss out. Get down to Chubby's Jamaican Kitchen tomorrow for Norman Powell and friends and celebrating Team Jamaica's qualifier in the next stage of the America. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's go, Norman. Come on back to Toronto, my guy. Come on back, Jamaican Jordan. Yeah, looks like 2K even did a skin of him in the Jamaica jersey. So you can actually get Norman in the Jamaican jersey on NBA 2K right now. Raptors official admin has posted a chat GPT picture of the Raptors at Summer League. And it says, make this photo cooler and increase the vibes. And chat GPT replied, sorry, that's not physically possible. Aura has already been maxed out. Is this real or is this a manufactured post? Because I could see this being real. ChatGPT is trying not to lie. In fact, it's not lying about Nazism, and Elon and Trump are all mad. They say ChatGPT AI is saying that there is a lot of crime in Washington. Donald Trump is right, and the biggest criminal is Donald Trump. That's right. That's what the AI. You know, is if AI is intelligent, it's supposed to be accurate. It's going to tell the truth that MAGA is Nazis. All right, let's keep going. Raptors official admins also got pictures from their Ford Fest recently up on their account. Let's see. Kelly Olynyk is, what has he got? He's got some weird people. Is saying, need everybody to go vote for these two now. Click the link and get them popping. Why? Oh, it's just Jen McNulty or something like. I don't know what's going on there. These people look goofy, man. What am I voting for? America's favorite couple? I don't give a shit about these people, Kelly. And why do they have a llama? Seriously, why do they have a llama? That's what I'm asking right here. Jamal Shed has got a podcast about consistency that he just appeared on recently. I don't know. He's a guest on, I guess. There's Jamal's workout. He's standing on some boards. He's doing his balance work. He's holding a weight, and he's balancing on one foot. I'm telling you, this is a lot of the work for point guards now. Strengthening ankles, strengthening legs, strengthening balance, strengthening strength. That's what it's all about, Shed and Quickly. That's right. The workouts are happening, man. The workouts are happening. This guy's putting on blast in Austin, Texas. There's going to be Ben Park. There's going to be some sort of Jamal Shed something going on there in Austin coming up. I don't know when. Manuel Quickly is playing the kids in his camp, and he's crossing them over and going to the hoop. That's right. Cross that kid over. Teach him a lesson. Fred VanVleet likes playing the kids too. Oh, he put it between his legs. Oh, Emmanuel, you're awesome, man. I love that. I love that so much. But yeah, he even took on his mom at the camp. He's playing against his mother. His mother's wearing a number 5 purple front black back Raptors jersey. And yeah, Emmanuel had to go up against moms. And you know what mom did? Emmanuel Quickly's mom put him on the floor, y'all. She bumped him down. She put him on the floor. He tried to make his move, and she kind of pushed off on him and put him on the floor. And he tried to make the shot, but he didn't make it. He didn't make it. Yeah, she pushed him over. That's funny. It almost went in. It almost went in, but it didn't go in. There's a girl at the camp, and Emmanuel's asking, does she look like me? Is this girl look like me? She does kind of look like you a little bit, Emmanuel. Is she a family member of you? Or is she just some random person that showed up? I don't know. She does kind of look like you. I'm not going to lie. She does. Yeah. Emmanuel's working out this morning before 7 a.m. He's in there pumping the iron already. And this is what Trevor's talking about. His muscles look very defined. And maybe the black and white photography, but his muscles look very defined. Like the man has no body fat. And he is 100% muscles all over. There he is with the heavy ball. And this is an interesting drill. The trainer is grabbing the heavy ball from him, and he's trying to hold it. And I like this drill because it's kind of like in the NBA when you got the ball and you're thinking about passing it, somebody can come up and get their hands on the ball too and try and grab it from you, maybe activate a jump ball. You got to be able to wrench it away from somebody real quick so that you keep possession. And, well, Emmanuel's working on that with this trainer and the heavy ball. And, like, yeah, he's not wearing any shoes, though. And I worry, don't let that heavy ball hit you on the feet, Emmanuel. We don't want anything like a Matt Devlin injury like a couple of years ago in the gym. That's right. No, we don't want any of that. AJ Lawson, what's he got? He's got more images of him at his AJ Lawson camp. Really, really successful event. Gary Trent Jr. is back at Remy's. in Hollywood putting up the shots out there. He's just bombing threes like crazy in this clip. Wow. He's just running around hitting threes from all angles and not stopping. Really, really good talent, Gary Trent Jr. Really, really good talent. Let's see what else we got. And Pascal is got a soccer picture, a picture of him in a soccer jersey, and he's in the pool. He's living his chill summer life, enjoying his life. His life is blessed. His life is amazing. That's right. That's right. Let's see. Brett the Hitman Hart putting on sale. Brett the Hitman Hart jackets, y'all. That's right. I'm doing Brett Hit Hart on the Instagram. It looks Hart Foundation, badass pink jacket and black jacket in pink. Amazing stuff. Elijah Martin is putting in work at the Mecca of Performance. Very, very cool. He's at a boxing place, and he's actually putting in some boxing training. Elijah Martin of the Toronto Raptors. There's your Instagram stories for today. Checking in the world of the Raptors through their social media, the windows that they open up for us to see. There you go. There you go. The windows for us to see. That's right. James is saying this, guys. IQ is the ideal player type around Scotty. He can play on ball or off ball. Yes. Yes, he's exactly right. This is part of the reason why IQ was sought after to come here, is because in some ways we don't necessarily want a full point guard, like a straight up point guard. A straight point guard is fine, but in some ways we wanted a scoring point guard because a lot of times Scotty's going to be the ball handler. Maybe even RJ's the ball handler, and we need a guy who's good on and off the ball. And Emmanuel is that. Emmanuel is that. It's a really good fit to the puzzle pieces. It really, really is. And we're going to see that and more this season with everybody healthy and consistency in our lineup. You should see this working a way, way better and understanding it and seeing it, the real results and evidence of it. Totally. You should be able to see that. Yeah. James is saying Cam Thomas. Okay. This is an interesting comment here. Cam Thomas. Hang on. Where is it? I jumped all the way to the end. I got to come back out. Cam Thomas from Brooklyn wants $40 million per year. He wants comparable contract as Quickly. Thoughts? In some ways, the money stuff is not stuff I really care about. Like, I really don't. I don't get bogged down in how much guys get paid or whether they're overvalued or undervalued, whether they're getting paid too much. I know there's certain guys for sure, like Ben Simmons, that got paid too much. But in some ways, it's like if Cam Thomas thinks he's worth $40 million, well, that's his ego. He's trying to sell himself. He wants that. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, is he better than Fred VanVleet? Is he as good as Fred VanVleet? No. And that's how much Fred makes. Is he better than Emmanuel Quickly? No. Emmanuel Quickly is a better player than Cam Thomas. Some people may argue with me about that down south, but some of those people are Americans that don't give us proper credit for our players. Some of them may be overvaluing Cam Thomas because he plays for the Nets, and he's a one-dimensional scorer. In some ways, he doesn't have a diverse bag. Emmanuel Quickly has a diverse bag. If you have a 2K build for these two players, Emmanuel's got a couple more badges than Cam Thomas. Let's just put it that way. He's got a couple more badges if he's a 2K build because he's got a handle bag. He's got a quick bag. He's got a score this way bag. He's got a badge where he can score on full speed burst like Tyrese Maxey. He's got a lot of that kind of stuff. Cam Thomas is in some ways just a scorer. And he's very one-dimensional in a lot of ways. And he's not as good as Emmanuel Quickly. But, of course, him and his agent are going to try and say they're worth him or more. But that's, it's perception. And, well, would anybody going to pay Cam Thomas that money that he wants? We'll see. I don't think he will. They will, though. I don't think they will. Seymour saying, why is everyone comparing their deals to Quickly? It's weird. I know. It's because somebody wrote a dumbass narrative about Quickly's salary messing up the NBA, which is, I don't think this is true. I think that people really, really, like, once again, think about this. Emmanuel Quickly, when he played for the Knicks, was so pushed up and propped up and talked up. Everybody's talking about how the Knicks had two starting point guards with Brunson and Quickly. And everybody talks so highly of Emmanuel. Immediately gets traded to our team, and all of a sudden his value, like, what the fuck is that? What did you do? Nothing. It's just all perception and bullshit. It's overvaluing New York and undervaluing Toronto. It's like, it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. Emmanuel's $30 million is going to look real good in the salary cap as it changes. And once again, nobody wants to say what they were saying a couple years ago when he played for New York anymore, which is he's on his way to becoming like Tyrese Maxey. Nobody wants to say that or believe that's still true because he's in Toronto. He's on our team. And they don't want that to be true. So it's so dumb, man. It's like RJ and Emmanuel immediately got devalued by the NBA media as soon as they got traded for OG. and OG got the bump up in the opposite. And that's all this bullshit is. Seriously. IQ is still going to be like Maxey coming up. We may see it this year. We may see it very much. It's like, holy shit, Emmanuel is like Maxey. They are Kentucky twins. And he is going to come out and do things on the level of Maxey more this season. And, then everybody will shut the fuck up about how much he's getting paid. And maybe someone will circle around and say, actually, Quickly's on a very, very good contract, guys. It's crazy. Kaz is here. Good morning, Lex and Rap Free Crew. Salute to Seymour. That's right. Let's check in on our WNBA since Kaz is here. That's kind of my signal. Very good second day and the final week of our regular season. Cool Cat has got a good lead over Kareem at this point. JP has a 205-point lead over Edmond. That one's crazy. James is beating Logical Raptors Fanatic right now. James, you got the lead in your matchup. Do some management. Get this win at the last week of the season. You're already eliminated from the playoffs, James. So you might as well go and get a victory right at the end here. Fiercey is losing to Kaz. Kaz has doubled her up, and this is a very important matchup. And then the matchup with me and Meredith is I'm beating Meredith pretty good right now. I had a very good night last night. Full roster played, and man, that I picked up Emma Messiman. And holy crap, what a great late season pickup in the WNBA. She just came back in the WNBA recently and decided I'm going to start playing for the Liberty again. And she is crazy like stats, and like it's such a boost and infusion as a player. I was just lucky. I noticed she was activated. I'm like, oh, she's back. She's really good. I know that. And so I went and grabbed her right away, and boom, I'm so happy. Sometimes that's the kind of stuff that'll help you win your fantasy league. Is getting a really good late season addition, like the center for the Liberties that just came in. That's right. So I'm up doubling up over MK right now. He's got some work to do if he's going to beat me this week. But yeah, because I'm not going to make it so easy. Here's our referees for the WNBA games today. There's 4 games. Chicago Sky at Connecticut Sun, Angelica Suffren, Kevin Fahey, Jenna Renault. Golden State at Washington, Fatu Sissoko Stevens, Benia Maru, and Kelsey Reynolds. New York at Las Vegas, Roy Gibien, Madge Forsberg, Ashley Gloss, and Atlanta at Seattle, Isaac Barnett, Tim Green, and Teresa Stuck. Those are your ref reports for WNBA action this afternoon and this evening. That's right. Boom goes a dynamite. Seymour saying, this is why I hate shit people always watching other pockets worry about your own for real. And I'm aiming this at the players, not the chat. Yeah. I mean, Seymour Paper is trying to see more paper for himself, but that's his own damn business. You want to see more paper at his paper? It's private. It's none of your business. None yet. That's right. And in this situation, it is like kind of weird. This has kind of been opened up the portal into seeing this world in the NBA with some of the interviews I've heard recently, like Ricky Rubio talking about how in NBA locker rooms, they're always so like about what I have, you don't have. Oh, I got a new car. I got a new watch. So it's just like a one-upmanship. Sometimes with NBA players, and they're all competitive, not just on the court with their scoring and winning games. They're competitive about their salaries. They're competitive about their girlfriends. They're competitive about cars and watches and clothes and shit like that. Materialistic shit. In some ways, this is part of the reason why some of these guys go broke so soon, is because they're spending to try and impress other people. That's so sad. That is so sad. Be smart with your finances and have security by not trying to get in that game. It's so dumb. Seriously, NBA players, be smart. Raptors players, you're a high IQ bunch. I'm sure you're not getting into this kind of stupid shit. I hope not. Scotty's got a lot of money. Don't try and outdress Scotty, other Raptors. Seriously, it's going to be hard for you to outdress Scotty. That's just how it is. I'm sorry. In some ways, this kind of stuff is stupid. Seriously. Behind the scenes NBA one-upmanship about what I got. Ooh, I got this. I bought a third yacht, guys. I got another house. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Don't play these games. Be smart with your money. Then it'll last your whole damn life. Instead of trying to buy extra Balenciaga and bullshit like that just to make an impressive look to other people. Who the fuck are you trying to impress? Who cares? You don't take any of that with you when you die, motherfuckers. I mean, seriously, this race to improve people and stuff like that. Worry about yourself. That's what Seymour's saying. Worry about yourself. And if you're smart, you invested in buying a bunch of Wendy's like Junior Bridgman, and you're fucking a very rich man beyond basketball instead of buying a bunch of shit and wasting all your money on status symbols. What the fuck is that? Seriously. Let's see. Yeah, salute the trucker Kaz. I like that. Fiercely saying, good morning, fam, and happy Wednesday. Good morning to you, MJ. Good morning to you, Eye Candy. That's right. That's right. Fiercely saying, no debate there. Cam Thomas is not over Emmanuel Quickly. Yeah, Emmanuel Quickly greater than Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas, in some ways, wasn't even the best Cam on the Brooklyn Nets up until recently. It changed. He left. He got traded out. He's going to Denver. Cam Johnson, who was the better Cam in Brooklyn. Yeah, he wasn't even the best Cam on his own team. So who the fuck is Cam Thomas? Cam Johnson was the better Cam. What is this shit? Come on now. That's right. Randolph's here. Good morning to Randolph. Blessings, beloved Raptors freak family. Yesterday's troubles were meant for yesterday. Today comes with its own problems. You have been given grace, strength, wisdom, health, and resources for the day. I love that. That's like seize the day, tackle the day. Go and take the things that you have to accomplish in the day and get them. Go get them. That's right. You know, another thing that I've realized recently, and I've really thought about this deeply, is fear is being weaponized all around the world. You know, Putin has a lot of work that they're really good at propaganda. I think Russia's best weapon is not their army. It's not their nuclear weapons. It's being able to propaganda and do all kinds of bullshit to other people through online bots and misinformation. It's been extremely effective in getting Donald Trump to be president twice. You know, that's really a big, huge cause of a lot of this bullshit that's happening right now, is that Putin's Russian bots have been extremely effective. But they lie and they're not real. It's all a mirage. What it is trying to produce an effect of fear in people. And there's a lot of that weaponized right now. And in fact, MAGA is weaponizing it right now. What we need to understand is we shouldn't be afraid of these people. They're full of shit and they're weaklings and they're scared people. We stand strong and we don't allow them to put fear in our lives. We're winning. So yeah, just understand these bullshit artists. Fear is a weapon that Putin tries to use against the parts of Europe and other places to intimidate. You know, right now, the war in Ukraine is going horrible for Russia. They are losing it left and right. In fact, Russia's had a whole bunch of losses. They've lost nuclear submarines. They've lost big, huge planes. The drones for Ukraine have severed railroad ties and ways supply lines to get the war machine to the front lines in Ukraine. Well, Ukraine's extremely good at destroying railways and bridges. And Russia's been getting all fucked up. In fact, they have they're not getting anywhere. They're losing. They're losing people like crazy, and they don't care. They're losing tons of casualties, losing tons of money. And they're doing dumb stuff like, all right, this is the thing they're saying, that Russia's sending extra troops to the Baltics right now. They sent like an extra 2,000 troops to the boundaries of Finland and Estonia and Lithuania and Latvia. And in some ways, they're menacing like they might want to invade those places next, but they can't. And the whole reason why they're doing this is to try and intimidate with fear. And this is what I would say to the people of Estonia, the people of Lithuania, and the people of Latvia. This is not a realistic threat because they're so stretched thin with the Ukraine war right now. There's no possible way in realistic terms that they could start another fight somewhere else. So you know what? Listen, China's thinking about getting Russia because they're in a weakened state. And this is what's going to happen, y'all. Russia's going to fuck up their whole country because of this crazy-ass invasion of Ukraine. And after this is all said and done, the weakened Russia will be in a weakened spot so that China can come and take parts of their territory from the other side and expand the country of China into Russian territory. Watch this. This is not the normal prediction from the Raptors Freak, but this is a prediction today in this area of what I'm saying about this right now, because Russia is losing so bad. But what is their weapon? They want to make people think that they might invade the Baltics, but they realistically, tactically can't. So that fear factor, if you think through it logically and critical thinking, you can beat the fear because it's like, what? You can't do this shit. You're stretched too thin in your war in Ukraine right now. In fact, I'm hearing overtures that Ukraine's going to fight and get Crimea back from Russia in the next couple of years. That in some ways, Crimea will be liberated from Russian control very soon because of their fuck up and being so idiots to try and take over Ukraine like they've been doing. It's crazy. All right, a little sidetrack. Just a little bit of world politics just in the middle of things right here. Yeah, a little reality check. That's right. Cass is saying, so it worked out anyways, since you were going to talk about the schedule Thursday anyways. Well, I'm not going to do it now on Thursday because the schedule's not going to be out and I won't be able to look at it in time. So We're going to change things tomorrow. We'll do a different subject for Thursday Think Tank because the schedule probably won't be out in the morning when I do the show. So the schedule will be Sunday report. I'm going to cover the schedule on Sunday. So we're not going to talk about the schedule on this channel until Sunday. So yeah, please respect that, y'all, because I want the chance to look at it and really analyze it over a few days. So if the schedule comes out tomorrow, I don't want to talk about it until Sunday report. It's going to be a Sunday special report, Raptors NBA schedule for the season. So yeah, that's going to be the schedule because yeah, it's all pushed back. I need 2 days to look at it. Basically, is what I'm saying. Let's see. Monique saying, "Good morning, Raptor Free Crew. Can't stay long, just popping in. Serge forever." I like that. I like that, Mo. I like that sentiment. Yeah, Serge Ibaka, you're awesome. Like I said, I feel like he saw Chris get traded or Chris signed with Boston. He's gone. He's like, there's no more champions in Toronto. I better get there. he's like, there's no more champions on the Raptors anymore. I better get to the city and make sure that championship ring, that hot butter popcorn, that Raptors championship vibe is still around the city. I'll show up and I'll be around and I'll show my ring and I'll be on TV and I'll be like, yeah, Serge is back. And remember, we were champions. That's right. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. Chris had to go to Boston. Well, Serge is back as the champion. That's right. I love that. Cool Cat saying, "Good morning, Raptor Free Crew." Good morning to you, Cool Cat. Always good to see you. Cool Cat saying, "Serge touring in North America, it seems. Pascal and him met for a football game now here in Toronto. Happy to see him back in town." Well, we've been following him. It's not like an Elon Musk jet tracker, but I've been following him. There's a new segment on the Instagram stories called "Where in the World is Serge Ibaka?" And I can tell you his last couple moves. Yes, he was with he was with Pascal at a soccer game in New York. Then he went to the islands. And he was down in some island nations. I think he was in Dominican. And then he was in Miami for a little bit. And now he's in Toronto. Yeah, I've been following his moves because in some ways we got a new game called "Where in the World is Serge Ibaka?" Like Carmen Sandiego. And we follow him through his Instagram. And well, I started playing this game. It's like all of a sudden he showed him in Toronto. I was like, well, that's great. That's great right there. That is great. Yeah. Trevor J saying the Toronto Tempo have a very nice commercial on TV. This is awesome. This is very, very awesome. You know, the White House may be trolling the WNBA, but you know what? WNBA is going to be strong and powerful. And in some ways, it's a very rebellious league, guys. In this world of anti-woke bullshit like that, the WNBA in some ways is going to be like the ABA. It's going to be a rebel league. It's going to be a league that's kind of like against the institution, against the establishment. In some ways, it's a rebel league. It may be very cool to be a WNBA fan because it's punk rock, is what I'm saying. Because in some ways, this world's becoming more and more anti-women, more and more anti-minorities by the government in the United States. Well, the WNBA is that kind of entity that can have power and strength in showing that, like, you know what? Fuck you guys. You guys want to be racist? You want to be misogynist? You want to be this and that? Well, the WNBA exists, and we're going to kick major ass, and we're going to be financially successful. And it's going to be a big FU to people like Donald Trump, Ed Rogers III, and Keith Pelly. That's right. Big FU, two-finger salute for those guys. So this, in some ways, the popularity of the WNBA may get bigger just because of rebels, just because of people who are like, fuck you, Trump, fuck you, MAGA. You want to make fun of the WNBA and put little memes of your dad throwing green dildos at the WNBA players. Fuck you. Nah, we're going to get behind it. And in some ways, we're going to show support for something that we know you detest just because of that. So I'm all about that. And let's go, Tempo. I love that you have a commercial. I love that so much. Seymour saying, met some of the cast of Last of Us this morning. They was buying breakfast for people this morning at Timmy's. Wow. So I guess they're filming over near you in Calgary, something like that. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm not familiar with that show, so I can't really talk about it. It's a series. Okay. Superfan Mo saying you can watch Global Jam on Sportsnet tonight. That's good information. You know, I'm so bad. I'm not covering Global Jam correctly. I was originally supposed to go to Global Jam, but Stevie and I just didn't get the thing together. And instead, I'm going to go to CBL tomorrow night instead. Yeah, I should cover Global Jam better, but I don't. I don't know why. I need to cover this event a little bit better. I talk about it. I hype it up, but I don't look at what happens or talk about the results and stuff like that. But Global Jam is a great event. Mattamy Athletic Center is starting today. And yeah, check it out, guys. It's going to be going on for a few days. And lots of good basketball will be played down there, women's and men's. That's right. Women's and men's. That's right. Seymour saying you can buy your 2K rating for Bronny the Bum. I'll bet you that's true. I mean, it's all fucking racket now. Nothing is on hard work anymore. If you can buy your way to win, you will. And that's exactly what Elon did to help Donald win. In some ways that, now companies could come to Donald and say, here's a $5 million. Let me do whatever I want with my company. Okay, here you go. As long as you're giving me $5 million personally, I'll let you go against all regulations and every thing that you were supposed to do, because we had made a system before that safeguarded the public from predatory corporations. But here you go. It's like a great example is the direct file system. They had a direct file system in the United States where people could do their taxes free on a government website. It saved so much money. People were more people did their taxes than ever. And they actually got good revenue from it. Well, the people who have direct file companies that make money off doing other people's taxes hated it. So they got Donald to axe that website. So now everybody has to pay that company to do their taxes instead of being able to do it for free through the website. The website worked really well. It was actually really efficient, and a lot more people are doing their taxes. Now everybody's got to pay to do their taxes. So this corporation can get their cut of your taxes. You can't do it for free through the website anymore. That's a total racket. That's Donald Trump handing that tax filing company a lot of business by cutting that out. That's so fucked up, man. It's so fucked up. He just wants to squeeze everybody for money, and his friends are the corporations that give him money in the back door. That's right. They give him money in the back door. That's right. Let's see. Isaac's saying touch grass. Okay. Yes, summer. There's nice rain last night. The grass was all wet this morning, and the bunny was in the yard. The bunny was in the yard right outside the door right here. I walked out to come to the studio, and Bunny was sitting right there munching on the grass. I said, good morning, Bunny. I love you, and I'm going to do my show. And Bunny just sat there. Didn't run away. I was standing right next to the bunny. Bunny likes me. The bunny is not scared of me. I'm not a threat. I'm its friend. In some ways, maybe the bunny thinks I'm a protector, because in some ways I scare off the predators that might eat it, but I won't eat it. So it's fine with me. But yeah, the bunny's my friend. I don't even know why I'm talking about the bunny. Oh, because the bunny's touching grass. That's why. Let's see. All right. Yeah. Top fans. Trevor Jones is number 1. Kaz number 2. Super fan. Monique number 3. Seymour Pape number 4. Fiercey number 5. Cool Cat number 6. Number 7. James. Number 8. Wayne. Number 9. Randolph. Number 10, Dan Rowe. Number 11, Isaac. Number 12, G. That's your top 12 on the top fans. If you want to get higher, comment more. Seymour saying 82 for Cooper. It's 72 for Colin. That ain't accurate. They gave an 82 to Cooper. Well, we know that man is going to get everything inflated. Now, once again, certain people get inflated and pumped up and all kinds of things. Privilege. And some people just don't have privilege. Some people got to go the hard way. That's right. And well, okay, he's 10 more points as an overall player. Yeah, right. Salute to Isaac Campbell. I like that. Dan Rose here. Good morning to you, Dan. Very much a great help in this channel lately. Georgia's first game in the European Championship competition, August 28th at 8 a.m. versus Spain. September 4th is the 5th game that Georgia plays in the competition. Okay, this is good information. I don't know why. I looked it up. And it seemed like Georgia was only on there at the 4th in the schedule. But, okay, this is good information. So their first game is going to be on the 28th at 8 a.m. versus Spain. That's a tough, big first game. Spain right away. Woo. No. You don't want that. Okay, this is good info. Once again, Dan Rowe coming in with good info. I thought the first game was the 4th of September, but I am standing corrected. And he's saying that the 28th will be the first day they go. All right, 33. You're just rising up, man. You got that Antonio Davis at 33. That's right. Let's see. Wayne is here. Good morning to Wayne Strainer, the Sergeant at Arms. Morning, Raptor Freaks. Are we concerned if Battle takes more threes than Grady? Or IQ's assists are less than Jamal's? Only relevant stat for us fans are wins and losses. Yeah, this is a good point by Wayne Strainer. Grady is likely to take more threes and make more threes than Jamison Battle. But, if there was a game where Jamison rose up and made more threes than Grady and we still won, would anybody be upset? It's a team game. And some fans want to be individual sports fans. And I'm just like, nah, individual fans, stop. Basketball fundamentally is a team game, and individual fan concerns and wants and things are stupid and should always be put in the back and not very important is what I'm saying. The players are this way. They're not worried about their own stuff. Scotty says, if I do things right, all the accolades and things will come in the right way. And he's exactly right. RJ, same thing. These guys understand it's about team. It's about team concept. And if they're going in selfish actions, they're going to get called out because it's not right for around the team. Darko won't allow it. That's right. Trevor J saying this. Did you check out the clip I posted with RJ's dad interview for Team Canada? No, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the Rowan Barrett Sr. clip. There's so much stuff you guys post. If you guys would post less stuff, I would probably watch it all, but I can't keep up with everything you guys are posting. I'm doing other stuff during the day, and I come in and there's like 12 new posts, and some of them are duplicates, some of them are the same thing, but there's always something I miss. And it's just because there's just so much, guys. And I don't mind getting so much. In some ways, I like it because it means we're thorough. But I did not watch that clip. I know that they're probably saying the same kind of stuff. I don't know what Rowan would say. He'd say, look, we've got our new coaches. I'm very happy with the group of coaches we got. I'm really proud of our Team Canada. I think we're going to be really good in the next cycle. I mean, this is probably the kind of shit he was saying. Am I right? Is this the kind of stuff he was saying? Because if he said anything monumental or surprising or out of the blue, I mean, I'd probably hear about it in the news, right? But no, he probably just said the normal, random, run-of-the-mill shit. I'm really happy with our group of coaches that we have assembled. We have a great roster for this AmeriCup. I'm expecting our young men to do a very good job and do very well. That's probably what he said. I don't even have to watch it and know what Rowan Barrett Sr. was saying. I'm pretty sure that's what he said. James is saying Wemby is 94 on 2K. I think he had the highest 2K rating for a rookie. He was a 94 a couple years ago. He didn't even deserve that. That's why I'm saying even Wemby, out of all the players in the league that's come in the league as a rookie, deserved the high ranking. He didn't deserve that high ranking his rookie year. You know, he wasn't a 94 in his rookie year. No, he wasn't. In fact, he's not a 94 now. Seriously, that man is not totally developed as a player yet. And if you were being honest and things like that, Wemby's more like an 80, low 80s right now. Seriously, if we're being real honest about this, he should have the 82, honestly. And Cooper should be like a 75. That's what I think. He should be a 75. Wemby should be an 82 right now because he is not blown up and gone into the upper echelon of NBA stars yet, Victor. No, he's got too many flaws, and he's not been consistent enough in certain ways. Seymour saying, insane. Ronnie is not good at his job. Yeah, Ronnie 2K, fuck you. 2K salute, 2 finger salute for you, motherfucker. That's right. That's right. Ronnie's wrong. And I mean, the Raptors have expressed this on their Twitches at times. Ronnie ain't right with his ratings. Ronnie ain't right. And like they get frustrated with the game too. It's like if we were watching Scotty play this year's 2K, he probably at some point play it for a little while and say, this game's busted. It's broken. And he'll put the controller down and stop playing it. And he'll go play Fall Guys or COD. This is just how it is, man. Trevor J saying, when I said the NBA schedule was out, Lex sent me to Trevor. It's coming out on Tuesday. So don't blame me for what you said. I can get the receipts, man. In some ways, you're telling me the schedule's coming out on Tuesday, on Monday. You know you did say that in the chat. You said that in our Facebook chat on Monday, man. I didn't bother to read the article because you were just coming with the news. I should have read the article is what I should have seen. I should have read it verbatim and saw what they were saying. It's basically what they said was we're having an announcement about the NBA schedule on Tuesday is what they said. And that may have been misinterpreted by a lot of people, not just you, as being this is when the schedule's coming out. I thought that what you said was the schedule's coming out. And I was taking you were the news source for me. I didn't read it anywhere else. And I say, oh, and Monique thought the same thing. That's the thing. We both thought, and maybe I went too far in assuming that. So I guess I made an ass out of you and me. Yeah, I guess I'm an ass too. Because I assumed too much. And in some ways, I'm just saying this. I want everybody to fact check themselves and critically think and get your information correct when you come here. No more half-assing information. We got to get it right. There's too many people out there half-assing information in a lot of different ways. I apologize to you, Trevor, for calling you out on this. It's probably not your fault. It's just in general, I want people to be more on their fact checking in some ways. And I like what Dan Rowe's doing to me right now. It's good. It's good. It's good. I remember that too, Trevor. That's right. The NBA schedule is out. Like she said, send it to me. Trevor is coming on Tuesday. You don't believe me what you said. Yeah, okay. You guys are laughing. Let's see. Trevor's saying, yes, Seymour, and now you want to turn the table and put that shit on me. Aha, yeah. Okay, let's see. Either way, it's not really that matters. We know the schedule's coming out tomorrow now. Is it for sure, NBA? You're going to come out tomorrow and say, guys, we said the NBA schedule's coming out today, but we haven't finished it. It's coming out next Thursday. Sorry. Oh, man. It'd be crazy. G saying Serge always showing love to Toronto. Class act. Yeah, he really does love Toronto. He even had an interview yesterday where he said he likes the cold in Toronto. Yeah. We've never heard an NBA player, past or present, ever say, I actually really like the cold in Toronto. Serge likes the cold in Toronto. He's like, in some ways, I like dressing up warm in scarves and walking around in the cold. I get a chance to wear my scarves. So he's like, he likes the cold. He never had a problem with the Canada winter. In some ways, when was the Canada winter to him? He's living downtown. He's going through the path. He's going from car to building. When is he outside in the winter? Like, seriously, why? I don't understand why people complain about the cold. It's like most of the NBA players have a very sheltered life that is inside, warmth inside. So you can't go hang out at the lake in the middle of the winter. Yeah, you don't want to be down there anyway. Trust me, just stay inside during the winter and you'll be fine. But Serge said he likes the cold. I've not heard many players ever go like, yeah, I actually like the cold in Canada in the winter. Okay. He also answered his favorite teammate while he was a Raptor. He was like, I want to say everybody. But then he went ahead and said OG. Yeah. It makes sense that it's OG. You guys had a lot of like fun. And there was a lot of good fun with the scarves and the talking about fashion and who taught who to wear scarves. And yeah, it's just goofy stuff. So it makes sense that Serge's best friend on the Raptors was OG Anunoby. Makes sense. Seymour saying, I remember my first time going to Jamaica, I was pissed because I was like, damn, I can't play basketball down here. And then my mom pulled out some netball net, and I was like, where's the backboard? It changed everything. I was switching shots. Interesting. So, yeah, this is something that some trainers have done in the past. Like Lethal Shooter might do this kind of shit, is like have a hoop that's just out with no backboard. And, yeah, you have to really zero in on the rim. If you're somebody that uses the angles for the backboard, you can't do it with this. And in some ways, you get your depth perception and your shot lined up in certain kinds of ways, shooting through just a net and with no backboard. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's an interesting story right there. Yeah, my mom did netball in Pan Am games back in the days. Your mom was in the Pan Am games? Wow. Dunk for Seymour's mom. We've got Seymour's boss on here already for a dunk. We might as well get a dunk for Seymour's mom for being in the Pan Am games. So Seymour's mom's going on the list. 3-pointer dunk for being in Pan Am games. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. Wayne's saying, Dan Rosario, thank you. Yep. Thank you, Dan. This is something that Wayne's been really wanting to know is when can he watch Sandro Mamu play? And when the Georgia game is happening is important to Sergeant Wayne. Randolph saying, Lex, after, hang on, it jumped. Let me get back. After agreeing to the payout from Anthony Edwards to his baby mother for 18 years, she is now saying that's unfair. Okay. Yikes. All right. Anthony Edwards agreed to that payout with it wasn't he's just going to give her $1 million. You go away. It's just straight up. Here's $1 million. Go away. I think that's what the deal was, right? I'll give you $1 million now, and I'm never going to give you any more money ever again. Right now, I'll give you $1 million. I think that's what Anthony Edwards' deal was with her. I don't know. I'm not keeping up on this exactly. But yeah, this sounds all messed up. In some ways, this is Timberwolf freaks business. This isn't necessarily Raptors freak business. But okay. I mean, in some ways, I don't know what the message is here or what I should say about this. This is Anthony Edwards' private life. And, people are going to be people. People are going to be people. Seymour's not surprised, though. Let's see. Seymour's saying Jackie Thanos Christie. Okay, here we go. We're going to bring up the commentary from yesterday. Set the bar high with 25 rings. She has more rings than the greatest athlete of all time, Michael Jordan. That's pretty funny. Well, Thanos. She called him Thanos, too. All right. Seymour, you're getting a dunk. Not your mom, not your boss. Seymour's getting a dunk now. He's at 150 because he's calling out Jackie Christie for that's funny, man. That is funny. It's kind of a hypocrite. I would say this: Mrs. Christie was a hypocrite. She's a hypocrite. Cool guy saying, "Damn, I wanted to pick up Emma. Lex, you don't blink. Nah, I got Emma like 4 days ago. I wasn't messing around. As soon as I saw that she was she was available, and it was like, oh, she's available to play tonight. Yeah, I grabbed that. Right away. And I've had her play for about a week now. I've had her on a download for about a week already. And yeah, fantastic. Huge game last night, too. Huge game. And they're playing it back-to-back. So I got them playing tonight, too. It was fantastic. Most saying, me waiting on the NBA schedule like this. I know. I'm saying it's coming correct on time, and you didn't have to wait. But now it's feeling like you do have to wait. You do have to wait, Monique. I'm sorry. It wasn't Tuesday. It was Thursday. And maybe it isn't Thursday. We're going to find out tomorrow. Oh, no, sorry. This is a scavenger hunt. You've got the next clue. You move on to the next part. You're getting the schedule on September the 14th. What? September the 14th? That'd be crazy if they did that. That'd be crazy if they did that. Fiercely saying, whenever I see the Valkyries play, I know Kaz is going to destroy me. They're extremely solid. I had Kayla Thornton before she got injured. Got a feeling Toronto Tempo starting 5 will also be great. I hope so. Of course, in some ways, we're at a disadvantage because we'll be drafting in the expansion draft with Portland instead of Golden State just got to pick their players with nobody else competing with them, which kind of sucks. In some ways, that is immediately a disadvantage for us and an advantage for Golden State Valkyries that they got last year. So in some ways, that's part of the reason why the Valkyries were really good this year. Let's hope that we can get some good talent in an expansion draft with another team going at the same time as us. So think about it. Everything that Valkyries had access to last year was 100% their access. Now, the expansion draft, protecting the players on other teams, we got to pick from a pool with another team. And that sucks. That's a disadvantage right there already. I can call it out right now. It was already a disadvantage. And it's too bad. Let's see. The scarf episode between Serge and OG was epic. I put you on. Yeah. They were talking about you don't do art. You do OG. You do art. OG. You do art. What? I do art, Serge. I am art. No, OG, be honest, all that kind of shit like that. I remember Serge going, no, OG. The vibes were immaculate back then, man. I love that. Yeah. Seymour, Fiercely saying, wow, Seymour, nice for your mom. Pan Am athlete. That's right. Trevor's saying netball is a big sport in the Caribbean. That's cool. I did not know that. Netball, very cool. Fiercely saying, for someone like me, $1 million divided by 18 years equals 55,000 per year, minus 4.6 per month to spend on invest on my child. That is far from being unfair. Well, it's just that she has an acquired lifestyle taste. And that's often the case where they say in these kind of things to really bolster the settlement is like, well, my client is acquired this taste for this lifestyle, and their needs need to be met at this level. They can't go back to being a normal person and making the normal things. No, they have to live in this affluent, crazy world that is not sustainable in some ways and stuff like that. It's that kind of stuff is what it is. Fiercely saying, people are weird. Give me that money if it doesn't suffice you. Yeah, I don't know. In some ways, I think that this lady with Anthony Edwards is really coming through with the true definition of gold digger, is what I'm hearing right here. Yeah, Cool Cat saying, yeah, I played netball in Caribbean. I was also the youngest person to play on the national squad. I was really good. I was a shooter. Whoa! Okay, we're finding out more about people here today. Cool Cat was the team captain. Is that what she's saying? She was the youngest person on the squad, on the national squad. Wait, you're not the team captain. I'm also really good at basketball. Shooter shoots. There you go. That's right. Because when we were talking about playing, you were telling me you had some skills, and we were talking about you being like our point guard or something, or maybe our shooting guard. That's cool. Cool Cat, you're gonna get a dunk. She was the youngest player on the national team. That's really cool. 42. You got the original Yaka Pirtle. 42. Boom goes a dynamite. All right, let's get into more of our tabs. Let's see right now. We'll go to the straight goods on Canadian goods. Guys, today my straight goods are coming from, we're talking about Spanish restaurants. Norman Powell just played down in Mexico in the AmeriCup pre-qualifier. Well, let's talk about tortillas and flatbreads, because there is a company here in Canada based out of Quebec. And these are people that came from Monterrey, Mexico. And they started making tortillas in Montreal. And some people were trying them, and they're like, wow, these are really good. They seem so authentic. And it's like, yeah, we're using the authentic techniques that we use in Mexico with the authentic equipment. And that they really got fire. And this company went crazy. It's called Alamex. Alamex is a company that makes tortillas and those kind of things for making Mexican food, if you want to eat that kind of stuff. And it's a Canadian company. This family lives in Quebec, and you can get the tortillas and flatbreads from Alamex. So if you could find the company with the brand Ali, like the name of a woman, Ali, A-L-I, Mexi, Ali Mexi is the name of the company. If you see that out there, that's a straight up Canadian company. 10 out of 10 on the Canada score list, and you would be supporting Canada but getting Mexican cuisine. So that sounds good to me, man. That's out of Quebec. So if you see Ali Mexi, that is a great Canadian company making Mexican traditional tortillas. There you go. Boom goes a dynamite. That's right. Yes, cool cat. Yeah, she's a shooter. Shooter gotta shoot. That's right. Shooter gotta shoot. That's right. All right, let's see what else we got on our tabs. Let's go see Raptors Reddit real quick. Raptors Reddit. I think we talked about this yesterday. The NBA doesn't respect the Raptors. Yeah, I think that. Colin Murray Boyles, number 10 on the rookies on this. There, yeah. In some ways, that's what was his pick? He's picked number 9. Why is there somebody above him? It's common. There's other guys that got picked after him that are ahead of him too. But it's weird, man. Like, what is this order? If we look at the order of how they were picked in the draft, this isn't exactly right? Cooper Flagg, Dylan Harper at the top. Okay, 1 and 2. VJ should be number 3, but somehow Ace Bailey's in number 3. Con Knipple, number 5. Trey Johnson, Common Malawach, Jeremiah Fears, Igor Demon, and then Colin Murray Boyles. They could have been assholes and just left him off the top 10 altogether, slighted us like they do Toronto. So I'll take this. At least he's on the list. That's good, man. Yeah, here's the list of the speed with ball list I was talking about. De'Aaron Fox is number 1. John Morant, Jamal Shed, and yeah, then a bunch of young guys. And I'm wondering where Emmanuel Quickley is. Tyrese Maxey's on here. I think that Emmanuel might be at 90 or an 89 in this category, and they just didn't put him on this list. He could be a 90, and they just didn't want to put him on the list. Seriously, because then they'd be like, oh, there's 2 Raptors on this list. And they wouldn't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, somebody on Raptors Reddit must be bored because they're posting 2010 Chris Bosh highlights. They must be bored. Yeah, really, really bored. Oh, my gosh. Let's see. I don't know. This is all right. Here we go. This guy's talking about contract extension talk. This is a guy named Shangalang69. He's saying, let's have a preemptive chat about some contract extensions for our young guys. Ochai Agbaji, eligible for extension, shot 40% from 3 and was our best point of attack defender last season. I don't know if that's true. Currently on the last year of his rookie scale contract, paying $6.3 million. Assuming he continues on his current path, what do we think an extension for him looks like? Well, to me personally, I don't think we should extend him. Although if we extend him and trade him, that could work too. But in some ways, I don't want to be paying Ochai his next contract. I really don't. I would like the Raptors to move on from him after this year. Because if he's on his last year of his rookie deal, this is the last year he's in his savings. And, let's let somebody else get him on this next contract. How about that? That's the way I look at it. Grady Dick, though, is different. And this guy's bringing him up next. Grady Dick, eligible for an extension after this upcoming season. Easily our best perimeter shooter. Good cutter, but poor defender. Currently on the first of 2 team options, which is paying him $5 million. We could exercise the second team option worth $7 million next year or offer him an extension. Assuming he continues on his current path, what do we think an extension for him looks like? Now, to me, that's worth investing. Grady has a more of a ceiling in some ways coming up. And in some ways, he's at a better price, too. So I don't know. I'm going to trust Bobby. We know that Masai said before he had to go, fuck you, Ed Rogers, fuck you, Keith Belly, that Grady is in part of their long-term plans. So Grady's in that category with Scotty as far as somebody who's going to be invested in and probably going to be sticking around. I think that anything under $10 million a year for Grady is a steal. I'm going to say that right now. Jacoby Walter has 2 team options after this season, which the front office will undoubtedly exercise, locking him down for $4 million and $6 million respectively. Who does the front office prioritize between these guys, and what contracts do they warrant? I think that the priority list, is, at least for what it seems like right now, is Grady Dick number 1, Jacoby Walter number 2, and Ochai number 3. Jacoby could rise up and be more important than Grady, but right now, to me, Grady's a more vital, important player because in some ways, Walter has skills that may be able to be gotten from other people. In fact, we get a lot of what Walter can do from people like RJ and other people. So that's my personal look at it, is that in some ways, Grady Dick is such a premier shooter. In certain ways, he does certain things that are specialized and are important to having on the team. And I would say that's a priority list for me personally. That's what the priority list should be. All right, there's an answer for a Raptors Reddit question on Raptors Reddit real quick. We're done with that. All right, let's keep going. Let's see. There's no birthday today, guys. No birthday of note for today. So, yeah, let's see what else you guys are saying in the chat, and we'll get out of here probably pretty soon. Let's see. Kaz is saying, I'm excited to play WNBA Fantasy next season with 2 new teams added and more players to choose from in the player pool will be fun. Yeah, and also the Toronto Tempo will be involved, and we can actually have players from our own team on our fantasy teams. I will have the same rule, guys, that I have for the NBA with the Raptors, is that we have one Raptor per roster limit. You can't have more than 2 tempo players on your team. You can only have 1 tempo player at any time on your team. You can switch it out and get a different one, but make sure you only have 1 tempo player on your team. And in some ways, we'll have to figure out how that works with injuries. I think that it should be you just have that 1 Raptor player or tempo player no matter what. And if your player is on an injured reserve, you can't add another tempo player if they're out on inactive. So you just roster 1 tempo player, because to be honest, the WNBA only has like 10 players that play a lot on each franchise. So we want everybody to have a chance to have a tempo player on their team. And that's the rule for the NBA fantasy league that we do also with the Raptors. You can only have 1 Raptor on your fantasy team in our league, because we know these players are going to be sought after. And people might be trying to hoard a whole bunch of Raptors or a whole bunch of tempo in the league. We don't want that. We don't want that. So, yeah, let's do the classic card. We're moving right along today. Good stuff. Let's see. Where are we at with this? Let's not do this one. This card, I've already gotten that card. Some of these duplicate cards, I need to maybe go through and get them out. All right, we'll do this one. This is a classic skybox. So you know the year, because we know that the set is a certain year. All right, who is this classic card of the day? I need a full name answer, please. There's 2 players in there. Who's that other player? Oh, I think I know who that other player is. I'm trying to remember. It might not be him, but I think it is him. I know who the other player is, the Magic player. So full name answer on the classic card will get you trivia points for today. Michael Sealy. That's an interesting guess, Kareem. That's wrong. That is not Michael Sealy. Were you trying to say Malik Sealy? There was a player named Malik Sealy, but I don't remember Michael Sealy. The guy behind him, I believe, I want to say that maybe, no, I don't think that is who I think it is. I don't know who the New Jersey Net is behind him. I'm not sure who that player is. It's a very big guy, though. That guy's extremely tall. Like, that guy behind him looks like he's about 7'3", honestly, because the guy in front of him is a very tall guy himself. Maybe it's just that he's like bending his legs or something like that. But that guy behind him looks like he's about 7 foot. All right, y'all, come on. We need more guesses. Who is the Magic player on this card right here? Who is that Magic player? That's right. We'll see if anybody can remember. No, they're classic, original Orlando Magic players from the early expansion days. This guy right here, I knew who he was, because in some ways he was coming around on TV all the time with me. Here, I'll show you the back of the card to give you an even better picture. Who is that? Who is that? Full name answer. Give me that full name answer. You can tell me who that is. Yeah, it's a tough one, I guess. You guys are having a hard time with the classic card today. Who is this player, guys? I'll start giving you guys clues if I get a couple more guesses. I'll give you clues on the name, breaking it down so that you guys can actually get the clues. That's right. Fierce's like, just name a name. Just make up something. Just say his name is like Gunther P. Williker or something like that. I don't know. Just make something up. Just make some names up. I don't care. Wait, what do you think this guy's name would be? Maybe just make up a name. What's this guy's name? Hey, what's my name? Just go ahead and give me a name, man. Yeah, what is my name? And I'll give you a clue. I'll give you a clue on his last name. And then hopefully you guys can figure it out. I can't believe nobody knows who this is. This is not that hard in some ways to an old head NBA fan who was watching in the 90s. If you were watching in the 90s, you might be able to know who this is. But I guess a lot of us weren't watching in the 90s here today. Yeah, I'm old. I know. I'm going to be 50 in 13 days. In less than 2 weeks, I'm going to be 50. This is crazy. All right, who is it, guys? Come on now. Come on. Give me one more guess. Just write in a made-up name. It doesn't even matter if it's anywhere like good or new. Cycly? You think it's Cycly? No, it's not Rony Cycly. No. Yeah, we need Smoother Slug. They would get this right away. They would get this. You're half-assing, Kareem, with your Cycly. What are you doing, man? Come on now. Don't get. I don't even count that as a guess because you just half-ass put cycly in. Come on, man. Get on there. Amit. I don't think Amit would help in this one. This is way too old for Amit. Amit comes in here and sees this. He's at Global Jam anyway today. Cycly. Yeah, that's not how you spell cycly either. Seikally. That's how you spell Ronnie Cycly. Ronnie Cycly. RonySeikly. Ronnie Cycly. No, that's the Miami Heat Center. And he did come play for Orlando at some point, but this is Orlando Magic Center. That's right. Where's Slug Deezy? Where's Slug Deezy? He would know. I'm sure Reggie would know this card too. I'm surprised somebody like Randolph or Trevor doesn't know because of this old school. It's old school. Man, y'all really know how to run this into the ground. Just make up a name, Kareem. Come on, man. Just make up a name. Just write in like Goofy McGoofer or something. I don't care. You guys will write in a name. I'll give you a clue. I just want one more guess. Just one more guess, and then I'll give you a clue about their name. Roland Garros. There you go. That's a good guess, even though it's way wrong. All right. His last name is one of the words in a famous classic TV show where Ava Gabor moved out to the countryside from the city, and she hated it. She's like, the song was really catchy, and her husband was like, I'm a country person. I have to live out in the farm with me, my wife. What was that show? What was that show called? Green what? Yeah, that's their last name. That's their last name. If you know the show I'm talking about, Ava Gabor went out to the country with her husband. She hated it out there because she was a city girl and she was too big. Yeah, Kareem knows the last name. That is the last name of this player. That's right. Now you guys just need to get the first name. What is his first name then? Yeah, Mark Akers. That's right. Mark Akers is the name. There you go. Green Acres is the life for me. Farm living is just yeah. Yeah. Darling, I love you, but give me Park Avenue. That's right. Mark Akers, original Magic. He was on the Magic team the first year of the expansion. And yeah, he was like their original starting center, guys. He was the starting center for the Magic in their very first few games in the very beginning. It wasn't Dave Corzine, trust me. No, they couldn't start Dave Corzine. They started Mark Akers at center. 500 points? No, y'all took too long to get this. So I'm going to give him, I'll give 200. It is a 200 card. I'll say it's 200. 500? No way. If he got this, like, you know what? If I thought it was a really hard card and he got it right away, I'd give him 500 points. But in some ways, that was too hard to, like, it was too hard to get the answer out of y'all, is what I'm saying. So it's like, I can't reward that. It was like pulling teeth. So it's like, yeah, 200. Yeah. Fiercely saying, I just noticed some type of emoticon beside my wrench. What is it? A grenade? That is a Raptor on a basketball. You've never noticed that? That's the Raptors logo with the Raptor holding the basketball. And then you're top fan number 2. Yeah, that's a little Raptor emoticon that Tom Duke put in when he was the help with that. He put that in. Kareem saying, I like when you give out clues. Yeah, that helps, right? And you knew about Green Acres, right? Ava Gabor. And Eddie Albert, that's who is the husband. Eddie Albert. I just remember that. Eddie Albert. That was who the husband was. Yeah, that was a classic sitcom. Nick at Night sitcom. Nick at Night, Green Acres, and Mr. Ed. Trevor J said, the first time I went to a netball game for the World Championship between Trinidad and Australia women's national team. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. I like that. I got to check out this netball more then, man. I got to check out that. Yeah. What? Oh, okay. Yeah. Your eyesight. No, it's all good. Don't worry about Fiercely. Yeah. That's a little Raptors logo. That's the Raptor, a basketball with the Raptor around it. That's what that is. That signifies, I think, that you're a member of the channel. That's what that signifies, because you are a moderator. You have the wrench and it covers up that you're green, but because you have the little emblem, that means that you're a channel member that supports the channel. So that's a little emblem for that. The people that got that emblem are the people that are supporting the channel. You know what I'm saying? Like Seymour's got a little Canadian flag, it looks like, beside him. I think he put that on his own thing. Yeah. But yeah, there's other people that support the channel. They've got that too. Isaac's got it also. See, he supports the channel. he's got the little Raptor logo there. So that Raptor logo's channel members get that. There you go. It's super tiny. Yeah. It's got to fit in there, right? It's got to fit in there. All right. I guess we're done. Serge Ibaka, thank you for coming home. Thank you for coming home, champ. We love you, Sergi. Yeah. If you want to film some more How Hungry Are You episodes with the current Raptors, I would love that. If you're going to film them with other people from around the NBA too, that's fine, because you're going to cover it with like famous people you want to put on there. Scotty Barnes would be a great guest. RJ Barrett would be a great guest. Emmanuel Quickly would be a great guest. Jakob Poeltl would be a great guest. Yeah, Brandon Ingram would be a great guest. Get any of the starters to come on your show, Serge. How hungry are you? I asking you, man. You're in town. Why not? Why not? If any of them are in town also right now, call them up. Say, Scotty, come down here. How about you and Jonathan come in and do it together? That would be an amazing How Hungry Are You episode. You put Jonathan Mobo, Scotty Barnes, Serge Ibaka at the table with the cricket tee, and Serge starts asking questions between the two of them about who's better at what, and they're like, "Who's the tough questions?" And Jonathan's like, and Jonathan and Scotty just argue about who's better at what, because that's what they do. That's what they do. Scotty will say, "I'm better 2K player." And Jonathan, "No, you're not, Scotty. You know you're not the better 2K player. I'm the better 2K player." And then be like, "Who has the better fashion?" And Jonathan be like, "I have the better fashion." Scotty be like, "No, you don't. What are you, crazy, man?" That'll be what the How Hungry Are You episode would be like. It'd be hilarious. And hopefully cricket tea would be drank and it'd be funny. Yeah, I think, Scotty, you would love being on Serge's show, because it would be a fun kind of way for you to show how cool you are in that cut loose kind of environment. Yeah, his show's awesome. I hope that happens. I want that to happen. I'm speaking in existence. That's right. That's right. Netball is an international sport. It's played all over the world. Yeah, we just don't hear about it here. That's right. Kiba. Yeah. Serge has really got a music library out now at this point. He has so many songs at this point, and he's a real musician. Like, he's selling songs. He's got people buying his music, and he's like a bona fide musician. He's at some level better than Fozzy. Mafuzi is better than Mafazi, the band by Chris Jericho. Like, Chris Jericho has that made up heavy metal band that he tours with sometimes. His shit ain't got nothing on Serge Ibaka's Afro beats than his musical career. I'm sure if we lined up all of the downloads, Serge might be doing better. That's right. Serge Anthem. So yeah, we love Serge Ibaka. Serge, thank you for being back in town. Thank you for telling us where the good Spanish places to eat are. And thank you for just being you. You are a Renaissance man in today's world. And in some ways, you are the embodiment of Afrofuturism. In some ways, I'm going to say that. The Afrofuturism movement is a very big thing that's been going on for a long time. You can think about P-Funk and Funkadelic and stuff like that. In some ways, there's something about the culture and the way that he's a Renaissance man that is so cool about Serge Ibaka in that way. I'll say that. Tomorrow, we're going to do a Thursday Think Tank, and I think we're going to center it around maybe some of the current issues. I'm not totally sure which one. I might make the stream about Austria and the game today, tomorrow, reacting to Austria against Netherlands. Once again, I'll remind everybody, we're doing a watch along on Discord today. If you're available at 1 o'clock, the Austrian team will play Netherlands, and I will be on there sharing the screen of the game. You don't even have to go watch it. You can watch it through Discord, and it will be on there commenting during the game. Like I said, I'll do play-by-play during the game for you guys because there's no audio to the game. And if there is, it's going to be in another country, another language. So if you want to watch the Austria versus Netherlands game today at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I'll be on Discord watching it and sharing my screen. You can watch it with me. Members have the privilege of being in there and being able to watch it. If you're on our Discord, you can get in there. That's what it is right there. I want everybody in there. If you're not in the Discord and you have the ability and you have the right to come in there because you're a member of the channel or somebody like Monique, I want you in there. I really do. It's annoying me that we can't have everybody come in there because there's been problems getting in there. Because honestly, it's been so awesome in there. It's been amazing in there. Seriously. Kaz saying, W stream, W community. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you, Kaz. Yeah, you've been a lot of fun to compete with in this WNBA season. Let's finish the season strong and the playoffs next week, baby. Get ready for the playoffs next week. WNBA Fantasy League, Raptors Freak WNBA Fantasy League. That's right. Let's go. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Also, Friday Freakout coming up this week. I don't know. What am I freaking out about? Oh, I'm going to be doing reactions the next 2 days. I'll react to the Austria game tomorrow. And then on Friday, we're going to react to the CBL game. Once again, I want to promote this. There's 2 things that you can do hanging out with me in the next 2 days. There's the Austria game today at 1. on Discord to watch along. And in person, if you are in Toronto, in Scarborough, and you have access to come to the CBL playing game at the Pan Am Center at Morningside Avenue and 401 tomorrow night, 7 p.m., August the 14th. It's Montreal Alliance versus Scarborough Shooting Stars. It's a play-in game to get into the playoffs for CBL. And I've got my tickets. I'll be down there. I'd love to have some of the Raptor Freaks down there with us and watching the game. So if you can get to that game, buy a ticket and come on down there and watch a CBL play-in game. That's what we're doing tomorrow night. So 2 events in 2 days. Today, 1 o'clock, Discord. Tomorrow, 7 p.m., Pan Am Center at Morningside and 401. Yeah, in person. There you go. Those are your options. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Let's go Raptors. Let's go Tempo. Let's go Team Canada basketball. I see you guys showing up. That's awesome. I love to see RJ and the Nebhards and Mathurin and Dort. Yeah. I love to see those guys. Dylan Brooks. We saw your sweatshirt. Mo likes your sweatshirt. Pure heart. Let's go Raptors. Let's go basketball.